This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. It is, as you can see here, it is June the 21st, 2011, the first day of summer, officially. But anyway, what I wanted to look at here is on hourly chart. And remember, whenever you're looking at a time period, if it's an hourly chart, you expect things to develop over many hours. And if you're looking at daily chart, you expect things to develop over many hours. What I'm looking at here is a market up with the Dow up about 71 points. Nice gain for the day. Also the S&P 500 up 0.9% and the Nasdaq up 1.38. Now, just off the bat, right there, the fact that the Dow has the smallest percentage gain tells me there's a possibility this is not going to be a very strong day. And I know that makes no sense, but I believe the Dow is the instrument, the software that controls the rest. And they use that to pull markets in whichever direction they feel is necessary. But what I'm looking at here from a technical perspective is I'm going to show you the S&P 500. I'll remove that arrow for now, and I'm going to bring this arrow here. So that was the last time when this market was in trouble. The RSI, which is was shown by that arrow. Let me put another arrow here, extend arrow. So this arrow is here. This is where the market gapped down about 5 days ago, had a big down day. And here is another arrow showing what the RSI was doing. So what I'm saying is this area right here, if the market can't move above this area, if it forms some kind of uniform action above this area and pulls back, like right now it's above that, it's breaking out. But if it turns around over the next couple of hours and has a uniform action, and you can learn more about this from the Uniformity video on the My Secrets tab. The Uniformity video explains this in detail. But if we stall around here, I think this highs on the market right now with the Dow up about 74, 75 points, give or take, might be the highs for the day, maybe the highs for the week. We'll see how the things go. And as for the Dow, I think the S&P 500, I'll show the S&P 500 chart. The Dow chart, just so we can have a point of reference, shows a slightly different look and feel. These are hourly charts. And as you can see, this, if the market gets to this area here, shown by the red line, now that red arrow corresponds with this long down hour here. It's an hourly chart, so down hour. So this area here showing with the arrow again is where the market, as the RSI showed that there was trouble here. If it stalls if it can't move above this area here, then the market has peaked out for now. Maybe I'll pause the video for a second here and look at give you a look at something else here. Hold on a second. So what I want to show you, this is a Dow 1 hour, 6 month, 1 hour chart, 6 month hourly chart is what I'm trying to say, sorry. But what I wanted to show you is the reason why the market, let me refresh this here. The Dow was up, like I said, about 75 points, give or take. But what I'm looking at here is, see this green line here on the RSI, this right here, it stalled here, the double top on the hourly, right here, about beginning of June. That corresponds with this high here, about 12,600 on the Dow. Now we are back at this level. What I'm saying is, if we pull back like we pulled back here in beginning of June, if we pull back now, then the market has peaked even around this current level. So we'll see how things go. This is just a short video. Sometimes, short videos work, just to show you what I'm looking at whenever I make my premium tweet. This is Eric, my premium and public tweet. This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. Probably make a follow-up video to add on to this one, just to see the conclusion of what I was seeing right now. So maybe I'll make up a follow-up video after this one. Remember, this is just an hour after the market open, June the 21st, 2011. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. Peace and blessings. Alright, again what we are going to look at here for a couple of minutes is, now we see the Dow up 100 points. But what I wanted to point out more importantly is, so that I can use my arrows again here. You see that drop began around somewhere around here, so that I can get that. Began somewhere around here, and let me see the arrow. Okay, here it is. So now that this drop from here all the way from around 134 on the SPY all the way to about 125 began here when the RSI broke down here, and now we are stalling again right there. So now with the Dow up about 100 and the Nasdaq about 1.88%, S&P 500 about 1.23%. Just a midway update on the last video. More than likely we are seeing the market stalling around here, and if I'll pause for a second and bring back the day, and we are now looking at the Dow hourly chart going back 6 months, I mean the Nasdaq, and again this area here with the green line is where when the market moves above that area and back below it, form a uniform action, is like we see we did here, moved above it and then back, so it forms, in other words, the green line, and the market moves above it and down. When it does that, it sells off just like it did here, which corresponds with this area right around there. Okay, so and then we see the same scenario here corresponds with this area here, the highs for this year. So that's what I'm saying is, if the market stalls around here, we're probably looking at a big drop, at least on an hourly basis. So right now we're looking at the market, the Dow, stalling around here. See whether I can refresh that chart for us again. It's taking its time. Alright, here we go. So you see, if it stalls around here, you'll probably see the highs for the day. And this is just a midway point update. We'll see where the market is going to close at over the next couple of days. Because remember, it might take a couple of hours to achieve that motion. Again, Dow up about 102 points. We'll see how it develops over the next 1, 2, 3 days. Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. Peace and blessings. This is June 22nd, and it's now a follow-up video from yesterday. I apologize for the poor volume quality, but as you can tell from the S&P 500, and I'm gonna see whether I can make this a little bit bigger. The Dow now down about 65 points at the lows for the day. Since yesterday, the market did close slightly high above the 75 points, give or take, that I was talking about, closed up about 109. So it did move higher, but it's currently, like I said, this is an area with the arrows, this arrow here and this arrow here, where the market stalled out. Hope you can see that. Let me see whether I can draw a line here. See this area here. Now I'm gonna have to give me a second here. Let me try again. Right there, and I'm going to change the color here to something a little bit different. Let's say white. But anyway, as you can see, this here, this break there corresponds with this move in the market there. And once the market, like I said, if the market were to come here and stall like it has over the last couple of hours, shown by these arrows here, 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 and here, this arrow show where the market was topping out. So now we see the market pulling back, just like I suspected. Now another thing to indicate is the market might have a lower move lower, a bigger move lower, because it's going to potentially move below 50 on the hourly RSI. It's going to move below 50 on the hourly RSI, and if it does, that's just going to increase the acceleration lower. If I can bring the Dow hourly chart, again, you see the same scenario. It broke down earlier, where is that Dow? Oops. This is a SPY. Let me get that out, put the Dow in here. As you can see, it stalled around here. I'm having a problem with the Dow chart here. Hold on, let me see. Okay, here's the Dow. Let me try this again. As you can see, it stalled previously here, which corresponds with this move here. It has come back over the last couple of days to this area here, and it has stalled, forming a triple top. A top there, top here, and another top here, which might explain why it's been moving lower. And again, like I said, on the SPY, if it moves below 50, a move below or above 50 always exaggerates the move. So I would expect the market to be more likely to break the 50 whenever it does, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We only have about 20 minutes before the market close, about 13 minutes before the market close. So, but the lesson here is, if you can figure out where a stock had problems or had success in moving higher, then you can see whether the uniformity below or above the line can give you a buy signal or a sell signal. Remember, this has taken about a day and a half to come to fruition, so it does take a while before things reflect what is actually on the ground. So I'm going to leave you here. Dow down about 66 points with the risk of it closing probably low. This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. So now we back. It's about, market is going to close here in about 5 minutes. You can see right there. Market close in about 5 minutes, and we are getting very close to the 50 level on the hourly. And what I want to show is now the Dow is down 71 points. What I wanted to show is what happens if I can capture that live. It would be great, because you'll see that the market is going to accelerate lower, because this time it's moving below 50. Remember, if it moves below 50, you get a sharp move lower. If it moves above 50, you get a sharp move higher, and it happens pretty quick. So I'm hoping we get that captured live here before the market close. It's getting very close with 50.36. So any read below 50 is going to be a flashing below the 50 level on the RSI, and that's going to probably suggest a lower close, much more than the 77 points. Or the market might recover, and maybe the flashing lower is going to be tomorrow. So I'm just going to take it easy and let the market do the beating from here on out. Let me bring this lower so we can see the Dow's reaction and the market. As you can see, the S&P 500 just slashed the 50 level. So with about 2 minutes left, we might have a confirmation that this move is going to be to the downside. And so you can have a better feel for this, is I had already made a comment on Twitter. If I can bring it here, on my Twitter account, just for the record, I'd made a comment slightly here that I thought the Dow was going to see somewhere there. Comment about 2 hours ago. It's now which is about 2 hours ago, before when the market was flat. Dow was actually up 9 points, and I made a comment that I thought the market would slip lower, and that was based on my work that I was just showing you on how I looked at the RSI and how the hourly chart was seeming to show a turnaround. This has been probably 1.5 days of formation. So it's been taken its time, but you know, we get the pullback in the market. And just to confirm briefly again, this is again June the 22nd, Wednesday, and so we see at the market the bell ring, and so I guess we might have a continued move tomorrow lower, or maybe a bounce. But for now, the risk for the market gapping down tomorrow morning is very high, because it closed just at that level, which is about the 50 level on the RSI. This is Eric Muathe.com. Again, I'm going to leave you, see where the market settles out at, so we can have a feel for tomorrow. Sometimes you can get a sense of where the market is going to close based on whether it closes slightly above the 50 or slightly above. If it closes slightly above the 50 like it's doing right now, then we might have a gap down. Whichever direction the market is going to break the 50 level, up or down, you're going to get an exaggerated move. This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. I will not be surprised that the market, at the close now, the market is closed, they're going to settle this out, and the Dow is going to be down negative 0.66%. They like to play around with those numbers. Negative 6.6 will not surprise me. This is Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. I'm going to leave you now until later. Anyway, to sum things up, I'm going to bring and show you how the market closed. And you see, like I just suspected, as the market was settling out, and I try and reinforce this idea. Look at the close here, 0.66 lower on the S&P, no, on the Dow. So all along, they knew all day, probably even weeks in advance, that the market today, June 22nd, was going to close at 0.66 lower. And because it's a negative 0.66, I think the next couple of days the market is gonna be trading lower, which reinforces the idea of what I said earlier on Twitter, is that I suspect that the market is gonna be seeing lower prices, and we've probably seen the highs for the week, just because of the hourly charts that I've been trying to highlight here. And because now, as I confirm that, I see that they might be wanting to take this market lower, given that, honestly, that close on the Dow is kind of eerie. I mean, this 0.66 close on the negative side is, and I've seen this happen, the highs the market made in 2011, about May, on the third day after the high, the market had a negative 0.66% close, and since then we've been down about 8%. So I watch out for these signs, because they are occult numbers that are confirming that the Dow is nothing but software that is manipulated every second of the day. Eric Muathe, peace and blessings. This is Eric Muathe, Muathe.com again. I'm just continuing the video, and it's just going to show you what is happening here at the close. Now we are coming back to this video is continuing. I've made this video over the last 3 days. So again, now we are on the 23rd of June, and we'll see how the market opens. I can already tell you from pre-market action that last night's 0.66 negative 0.66% close on the Dow. As the market opens right now, you'll see that that point negative 66% was actually telling us something, and you see the market is going to gap down about 100 points at the open. So but more importantly, remember, everything started when we had again, here's the market opening on the following day, and we only use hourly charts here, but what I wanted to show you is, more importantly, is this triple top on the SPY on the hourly, which was as a result of a line that came from this break here and here and this arrow here. This line, once we could not move above that, and I've made this video over the last 3 days, it was telling us the market was going to be in trouble just by that little observation, and we see we've pulled back a considerable amount since then. And this is a look in the Dow, now down about 118, 136. But anyway, so I'm just going to stop the video because really there's no point in, but it's supposed to be a learning lesson as what happens. You're supposed to use the stock's own psychology, which is the RSI, the relative strength index, to tell you what's coming up. And since in this particular situation the market could not move above this area here on the RSI, then what happened next is what you're seeing here, a big drop in the market. And it doesn't matter where we close. This is an hourly chart, so things could change the next couple of hours. But what I want to show you is that the methods that I'm trying to teach here definitely are very powerful, and they usually go counter to what the street is talking about. So here you are, Dow down about 150 points, and off yesterday's highs and off the highs from the previous day when it was up about right here when the market was up 80 points, went on to close up about 109 points. But since then the RSI has been telling us on the hourly that the market was going to be in trouble. Now if I might just take a second and show you what the RSI looks like on the actual chart. You see again resistance, and this is this is just something, resistance here. Change the color here to something that we can see. Resistance there and resistance again there. Every time in each particular situation the market has dropped. See, right? Can't move above the green line and it drops. Can't move above the green line here, it drops. Can't move above the green line here, it drops. And that corresponds with these highs here. Corresponds with the highs there, and the high I've been talking about in the last couple of days there. So even all the hourly charts showed the same thing. So I'm going to leave you here with the Dow down 166 points. We'll see where we close, but the video was just for me to show you how to use the relative strength index on any time frame to understand the possibility, just the possibility the market could have done whatever it wanted to, just the possibility that the market was turning around. Also, don't forget, yesterday we closed down a negative 0.66, and those numbers are very occult. They have esoteric meanings, and I'm not surprised that we have a big down day. This is Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. This concludes the series of videos over the last 3 days. Peace and blessings. As you can see, I could not resist continuing with the video, because as you can see, the market, still we are on the 23rd of June. The market 1 hour after the open is down even much more than I thought, down about 218 points on the Dow. And like I said, all this just began with a little observation of how the RSI was stalling, and as you can see, it led to some serious market drop. Um, I don't remember the last time the market was down this much the last couple of months, but so today is a big day, and we are lucky to have predicted it and to have seen the conditions that led to this drop. I might just I'll pause the video for now and see if it gets worse. I'll just keep recording it because it's a good video that shows technical analysis at work, real time, and actually before events unfolded.